Hi. Just wanted to give another ministry update. We are out right now in Tequisquiapan, just hosting a team, taking them there for a little trip, and so we're in a little cafe doing some work. Bo's there in the back. Not sure if you can see her. She's working on some slides for tonight. Tonight we are continuing with our rehab ministry training, which we've been offering to people from local churches or anyone really who wants to get involved in ministering in the rehab centers. If you've been following us at all, you know that we do a lot of rehab ministry. And so what we have been trying to do now is actually to enable to capacitate or to train other people who are willing and interested in going to rehab centers to do ministry, so that they will be able to continue reaching people, to evangelize, first of all, to tell people about who Jesus is and what he's done, but also then to provide opportunities for further discipleship. That's something that we really have noticed we want to grow in, is providing not just moments where we connect with people in the rehab centers, but actually afterwards looking at how we can have follow-up, how we can disciple people or get them involved in the local church, get them connected with the local church, so that we have that follow-up. So that's one of the things that we're working on. Bonnie's working on some slides right now, a presentation for tonight, and we've had 3 classes so far. Tonight will be the 4th, and then there will be one more next week. We've talked about the first night was how to teach dynamically. So one of the things we've noticed is that if we just go in and talk, if we teach kind of a very classical class of just us teaching or us speaking, we find that people don't engage as much. Whereas if we come in with dynamic teaching, so if we're asking questions, if we're doing activities, involving people in discussions or in activities, that's been much more effective in people remembering the information, understanding what we're teaching, and really learning about who Jesus is and about the Bible, about some basic Christian doctrines. So that was the first night of the rehab training. We had someone teach about dynamic teaching. The second night we had a talk about evangelism and discipleship. So what are those two things and how do we do them effectively in rehab ministry? The third was last week we had someone come in and talk about trauma, about freedom, about how to help people who have been through some really rough situations in their life. And tonight we're having someone come in and talk about the mind of an addict. This person actually has experience going through rehab centers, has experience with addiction as well personally, and so we will have teaching on the mind of an addict, what people in rehab centers are thinking or feeling, and looking at that as to how we can improve our teachings and improve our ministry so that it actually is effective, kind of from the other side of things. And then next week we will have one more week that will be kind of a closing time. We will look at how to prepare a devotional, a little bit about the father heart of God, to see people redeemed, to see people brought back, like we hear about in the story of the prodigal son, how the father ran out to welcome his son back. So that'll be the final week. That'll be next week. So if you guys can be praying, we would really appreciate it. Tonight, as I mentioned, we're looking at the mind of an addict and also some practical tips. So if you can pray specifically for the people who are receiving this training, that it would not just be kind of head knowledge, but that it would really be something that they can put into practice. A few of these people are already going to rehab centers regularly, or at least one rehab center regularly, which is awesome. And so we're hoping that this will help them to be more effective in their ministry. And for the others who are not going, we're praying that this will be something that kind of catalyzes them or that spurs them on to start in this ministry. So yeah, if you could be praying with us in that, we would really appreciate it. Talk to you next time.